I bought this game and I didn't know anything about it, so I think the best way to play this game specifically is to not watch this video at all. So before I get into the spoilers, if you've got the $13 as of right now because it's on sale, I would cop it for roughly 15 to 25 hours of healthy play, depending on how you play games. So if that's you, bye-bye. However, for those of you who aren't convinced or have journeyed through the experience already, buckle in for a sacred review blessed by the devil himself. Revolving around a fisherman who, hey, just wants to sell fish, Dredge is a murky story of tails and heads. This marks the end of the no spoiler section, as there are now spoilers ahead, so venture forth knowing the risk. Please don't be a dumbass. That was all from the trailer, all that footage, so go if you don't want to be spoiled. Alrighty, so I want to first start with a 5-sentence summary woohoo of the game as just a refresher. A fisherman shipwrecks into some islands known as the Greater Marrows, where the Marrow employs said fishermen to, well, fish. Fishermen sell fish until the collector beckons him to the Blackstone Isle, in which he offers the fisherman dredging equipment in return for the lost relics. Inevitably, the fisherman collects the relics with the motivation to possibly bring back his long-lost wife, Julia, whom he only half remembers. The fisherman is then revealed to have been the collector all along, as he was talking into a mirror for the whole game, and is then faced with a choice. Return the book to the Leviathan and conceal the dredged-up calamity, or nurture it, providing the sea with the relics, a spell, and an unleashing of the Kraken in hopes of returning his precious Julia back to him. I just got the game because I like fishing. Yippee! So that trailer at the beginning with all the freaky shit, I had no idea what I was getting into. I thought it looked like a cool game, like the graphics were nice, and I just wanted to fish. So that's why I said at the beginning that somebody should go play, because I really hope the same thing happens to them. Like, I'm just trying to catch some cod and then like... Speaking of the ending, there's a lot of things that I did like about this game. So starting off with the strongest part of the game, in my opinion, is the music and their composer, David Mason. This is the first time I looked at like the credits, like I watched and like wanted to see who did it. I mean, just look at this guy, watch what he does. I mean, he captures what I was saying at the beginning of the video about the game being heads and tails so perfectly, because there's always these mysterious undertones or slight discord in every single song. There's rarely a moment or a musical sound that is fully like wonderful. Like the only song in the entire game to be just no strings attached is In the Morning, because you're just happy to be alive and survive another night. Another strong thing the game has going for it is the narrative, because it's a unique, not overused trope of split personality disorder at the end. It doesn't like put the focus on there like certain movies do. I liked it. I thought the twist was solid at the end, and specifically the old mayor character and the old lady at the lighthouse character. Those just giving subtle hints throughout the game that are almost impossible to pick up on until after the fact was very well done. But yeah, Eldritch mythology, fire with the whole Leviathan, Kraken, day-night cycle. It was perfect, combined with the paranoia and the unknown. Excellent way to invoke fear, at least into my soul. And I really liked the fishing minigame. There was some variety, which was good, but it didn't get too repetitive, even though that was one of the main things in the game. The upgrade skill tree, fire. The research part, whole economy into researching stuff that you need, fire. All the fish and the fish encyclopedia, fire. The ability wheel was very clean as well. My favorites being like the crab pot and the telescope. I didn't get much use for like the motion net and the bait, and I mean, what the fuck are we doing with the horn? It's useless. But the fact that something like that is in the game, it still tries to fill it out a little bit more. And that's cool to me to have stuff like that in your game. And I really liked the theme of the whole satanic kind of eerie power that you got. in order to use the abilities. So I know I'm just going through saying I like this, I like that, but I'm talking about mainly the graphics, the aesthetics, and a lot of the functionality of the game. I think it's pretty simplistic and it's fire. Flames, heat, ice cold too. Now, on to the things that I don't think are executed well. Game, why won't you reward me for exploring? This game does not do that. I find this lady, help her set up at Steel Point, help her build her house, and then that's it? I keep talking to her, she gives the same dialogue? Like, what's going on here? I find a treasure map. I gotta get the loot. I gotta go get the booty. I travel the world. I find the treasure. $1.50. Like, I don't need any of this shit. I feel bad. This was this company, Black Salt's first game, which is absolutely amazing. They did it fantastic. Oh my god, divine intervention. The wind's guiding me to this random island. Oh, what's it gonna be? Am I gonna get an item, new ability? What's good? I'm gonna uncover some secrets. Okay, you heard that. You literally just heard me sit back in my chair in the original recording. That's a disappointed man. I mean, watching this documentary, they really seem like good people. There's probably like hundreds of people in there. I wonder what happened to them. This big monster must be crazy. He's got to be crazy dangerous. Man, I'm so disappointed. This game is crazy impressive for their limitations, their budget. Such a small game, but it packs so much. Oh, finally, a use for the dynamite. Cool, thanks for telling me. Hey, let's just like tell him. Let's not really show it. Let's just tell him. Hey, I'll be honest though, these guys, Shadow Wizard Money Gang. The books you get from them, I mean, so good. Yeah, sorry, I just really wanted to say Shadow Wizard Money. I mean, you know the drill at this point. I go to... there's nothing there. But there's a lot of examples I could go on just of places where you're expecting something more to be there, but you only do like a little bit. There's just not too much content. That would be my biggest complaint. But hey, there's a lot of cool areas. There's a lot of good in the game, especially when it comes to the flow of the game, the day-night. You have to plan out your schedule and get back to your port or perish. Dredge has really good highs, and you should play the game for that. And, I mean, look, I get it. Small company, small game, first game. But whether it's a cost-effective or artistic choice, having a bunch of nothingness kind of around doesn't help a lot. I'm looking at you, Death Stranding. I think a lot of games get credit for attention to detail, and I think that's just something that was lacking in this game. It had a great backbone, a great story, great premise, but if you're gonna base a lot of the content on the game on reading text, yeah, there's just gotta be more. It's gotta be, like, for example, Stardew Valley. If you're gonna have a bunch of NPCs, you're gonna attract a certain player base, and that player base is going to be desperately searching for like tangible characteristics for these people you're trying to bring to life, right? That's only natural. So like me, coming from someone who enjoys solo games, I like immersive experiences, and when the characters in the game just leave me with the same voice line, like every time after I do one thing for them, it just makes me feel like I'm playing a video game. So honestly, I'd give it 5 being average. Hey, but the music's pretty good though. You know what I mean? Hey, music's pretty good. 6.00001 out of 10. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. I come on, like, they're just so cool.